Hello and welcome to the Storytelling for the Soul podcast. I'm your host, Sarah Kanata, and this is the place we talk about all things expressive writing and other creative techniques, all with a little bit of Buffy the Vampire Slayer thrown in. Buckle up and enjoy. Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode. I truly appreciate you being here and spending some time with me today. Now, I've just come back from a walk after work and I'm inspired to talk about this topic, which I'm sure you've seen from the title of the episode, is No One is an Expert. Now, I will take it on board that people do have certain expertise in certain areas. My challenge with the word expert is that it feels final. If you think of a sentence, it's a sentence with a full stop. And here's the thing. Who among us are really experts to the point that we know absolutely everything about any possible topic? Now, the way that I've come to think of this over the years as I've gotten older, and I think this comes with maturing and reaching an age where I am legitimately approaching midlife and thinking about my own experiences and some things that are holding me back from a lot of the things that I'd love to do and explore in life. And we hear the words imposter syndrome quite a bit. And I think that everyone, like literally everyone, if they're honest, has imposter syndrome to a certain extent. And probably if you don't, that might be a completely different issue. And maybe that's something for you to look into. But we all have this level of fakery or faking it in our head. And where I'm going with this topic is the notion that any one individual could possibly be an expert about anything. And the way that I come to this is thinking about any particular topic, if I'm honest with you, but I'll use a personal example. I, like many people, have experienced my times with anxiety. So does that experience and maybe some of the research that I've done into anxiety, or even if I had some kind of professional certificate or background in anxiety, would I then go ahead and call myself an expert? And no, I wouldn't. Reason being is the way that I see it, I may be an expert in how I experience anxiety, but how can I be an expert in how Sue down the road experiences anxiety? How Dave, who's working as a CEO in a top position, everyone thinks that he's the most confident guy around, how he's experiencing anxiety. And where I'm coming at with this whole topic is this notion and this challenge of what are you allowing the thought that you're not expert enough, or enter whatever words that you're using in your mind. Maybe it's not that you're not expert enough. Maybe it's that you're not experienced enough. Maybe it's that you're not good enough at ... What are you allowing these thoughts in your head to hold yourself back from? Because the reality is, and listen, I was listening and watching a YouTube video the other day that really made me ponder and think, and it's going to sound harsh, but realistically, if you think about it, this is true. So I was listening to a guy called Travis on YouTube. He has a fitness channel, but this particular episode, he was just talking to camera about some things that had been on his mind, and I think it was the last point or the second last point, something like that. He made the point that in our current society, the barrier has never been lower and people's expectations have never been lower. And he spun it that that's a really good thing. And I have to agree, because if you think about it, and if you think about, take something you're really passionate about, Don't think about that job that you're just doing from a 9 to 5, from a place of, okay, you need to pay the bills and be realistic. Think about something that you are truly passionate about. Maybe it's a topic. I'll use Buffy the Vampire Slayer for me. Now, if I want to position myself as an expert in Buffy, Travis's point is that really the barrier to entry has never been lower, because regardless of whether we're talking about Buffy, whether we're talking about health and fitness, whether we're talking about doing a particular job or satisfying a particular role in your life to a certain level, if you are consistent and you rock up every single day and you give 80 to 90% of yourself, you're going to be further ahead than the average person. And as harsh as that sounds, I have to say it's true. Because riffing off my episode last week, which was all about consistency, in case you haven't noticed, the average person gets super bored super easily. Now, there's nothing wrong with boredom in my books. Where boredom becomes problematic is, and I have known these people from time to time, where they always have the new shiny thing that they're working on. They stick at it for 2 weeks, a month, whatever, and they never achieve anything in that particular area because they never give anything enough of a go to actually build on their skills. And I think that's where boredom, if you're not careful, can really get the better of you. Because you kind of just move from topic to topic, subject to subject, following the next new shiny thing in life. And it really robs you of this pursuit of mastery. And when I say mastery, it's not with a full stop. Just like how I'd love to use the word expert, it's not with a full stop. It means dedicating yourself to consistently learning and being better. So I'm going to stop here and I'm going to leave you with a question. And that question is, what are your own personal insecurities about not being expert enough or not being good enough or not ... Use whatever words you want. What are you allowing these thoughts to hold you back from doing in your life? Because here's the thing, and I'm talking as someone who is currently 37, I'm vastly approaching 40, and I can remember when I was 21, fresh out of uni, and I thought that someone my age was pretty old and haggard, and it was all over as you're approaching your 40s. Life goes really quickly, and we tend to take tomorrow for granted, but it's never guaranteed. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for listening. If you'd like to learn more about my work, which is all about using writing and other creative techniques as a well-being tool, you can check out my website, sarahkanata.com. You are always very welcome to email me directly. Share what you thought about this episode. Share what you think about other episodes or any of the content on my website. Or I am always happy to help you to get into the habit of writing. So feel free to send through your challenges. info@sarahkanata.com. Thank you, and I will speak with you next week.